CMPRadio.net, the voice of Chester.
Big bags, get that money, put it up, keep it safe in the vault. They buy a Bentley all right, lamb truck all right. Cause we the number one stunners. We the number one stunners. Buy a crib for my mom, tell my niggas we on. Buy a Wraith for my sis so she can look at the stars. Cause we the number one stunners. We the number one stunners. Push start, no ain't no keys in it. We the shit, Hellcat got all the keys in it. Big trips, passport, go overseas, nigga. Bad bitch, mama seat to put my seed in it. And I pop the plug, he gon' send that deed to me. Dog food in a trap, cause I bees in it. Fuck it, eight, we got pounds of that weed, nigga. All gas shit, loud, ain't no C's in it. Fuck with us, you gon' die, R.I.P., nigga. I'm the shit, ass shot, we some kings, nigga. You was up, now you broke, you a fiend, nigga. I'm on a boat, getting brain, I'm a king, nigga. Charlie Sheen, nigga. I threw a drum on that bitch, a guy bean in it. Dope dick, got a six, she let me cream in it. 9 months, little oh, I left a seed in her. Get that money, put it up, keep it safe in the vault. The buy a Bentley all right, lamb truck all right. Cause we some number one stunners. We the number one stunners. Buy a crib for my mom, tell my niggas we on. Buy a Wraith for my sis so she can look at the stars. Cause we the number one stunners. We the number one stunners. Count 100 big times, make sure that money right. My nigga Bear transformed us to a lovely life. Don't leave your girl around me cause I'll fuck your wife. Press a button, get you touched while I'm on the flight. I swear to God, I feel like I blew up overnight. I got introduced to Jah, that shit changed my life. Locked in the cell 7 years, I had to make it right. I came home, ran it up, I had to roll the dice. Mama used to tell me hard head, make it soft fast. These bitches love me, make it rain, change the forecast. Be in my lane, switching lanes, I ain't on that. Was in the game, selling.
Yo, you tuned in to WWJD. What's up, y'all? As promised, I got my official guest co-host for the day, Keshona Ortiz. I got my special guest in the building, our own city of Chester Grammy Award winner Jahlil Beats. What's up, baby?
What's up, cuzzo?
Oh, I'm chilling, man. So, as y'all know, I normally start the week off with a word of the week, and today's word is going to be Renaissance man, or Renaissance woman in this case. The definition is a person with many talents or areas of knowledge. Just starting out with Keshona, can you introduce yourself for us a little bit?
Hey guys, I'm Keshona. I've just been around the city doing a lot of things, and I've done it for fun. So I'm here to talk about it.
Yes. And speaking about talk about it, you got a new show airing on Instagram called Let's Talk About It.
Yes.
So I watched a few of your shows. You got really dope content, really funny. You keeping it raw, keeping it real on there, which I like because that's what we need to hear. So tell us a little bit about your show.
Well, the show is basically about, just me and my experience of dating and everything, because I've been single for a while, and the question that I get all the time is, why are you single? Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with me. I just ain't found the right person, So I just been, those are just my experiences of what's been happening in my dating life. It's pretty funny. Like, some of the stories are hilarious.
So we're going to dig into more of that later on in the show, y'all. We're going to allow her to talk about it because we want to hear why she's still single. Getting right into my guy, my family, I talk about you all the time. I always talk about knowing your family lineage, right? And knowing that you come from royalty. So I always speak highly of, all our aunts and our uncles and stuff that's doing stuff. But I'm always shouting out you and the B-Bully and Lamar and Lamont because, and Trish, because that's our lineage, right? And we come from greatness. So I think you don't need an introduction. We all know who Jahlil Beats is. So I'm going to jump right into, can you tell us a little bit about your partnership with Chester Community Charter and the Jahlil Beats Academy?
Yeah, so for like the last 3 years, I was doing the Jahlil Beats Academy, like a program at Chester High that was like really good. And, they caught wind of it. And Vaughn reached out to me and, set up a meeting, and we sat down. My team sat down with his team, and, he wanted to take this to the next level, wanted to take it further. So he was like, how would you like your own school? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever I got to do to put that together.
Now, was this something, so you already started it at the high. Was this a dream of yours? How did you come to?
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, I was just doing what I do like we always do, just trying to give back and try to give these kids an opportunity, whether it's teenagers, little kids or whatever. I've been doing this since like 2010, 2011. So, I just wanted to really focus on just taking this to the next level. Like, since COVID hit, we haven't been able to kind of like give back the way I wanted to give back because of companies we were working with, healthcare companies and stuff like that. Due to COVID, we couldn't really do what I wanted to do. So, this was an opportunity for me to kind of, continue, giving back and doing what I do. So, it's a whole school on the campus, the Aston campus, and, just teaching these kids how to, make music, learn the business, and have a career at a very young age, you know what I mean?
Major.
So it's sixth grade to 8th grade, but we're going to, eventually have it so everybody in the city can learn how to make music and be their own entrepreneur.
One thing that we real big on here at CMP Radio is giving the flowers especially to our men.
Right.
It comes from a statistic that it says most men don't receive their first bouquet of flowers until their funeral. Yep. So one of the things that we did on Father's Day, me and Pierre, we went to Memorial Park and we was giving out roses to the men, right? Mm-hmm. But I want to give you your verbal flowers, bro.
Thank you.
Yes.
Not only did you come back and bring back to the community, we can't miss the impact in what you came back. It's one thing to build a basketball court. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to give out sneakers. It's one thing to, host a couple parties and host a couple cookouts, but to come back and to give back in the form of education.
Right.
That's major.
Thank you.
That's major. It's still, I always say I'm real big on education here. Shout out to Yes God Care. We see you when you get here, baby.
Yes God.
So I'm real
shout
big on
Jackie
education.
Tucker. I see Jackie.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out
Jackie.
to what's up, cousin? He here, baby. So one of the things that I'm real big on here is education, right? I always say it's the one thing can't nobody take from you.
Absolutely.
It's the most powerful thing in the world.
Yes, it is.
Nobody can take what you know, and what you know makes you powerful. So big ups to you, bro.
Absolutely.
And this is us giving you your verbal flowers.
Thank you, cuz.
We really want to talk about it, though. We really want to talk.
You want to
talk about
me?
this because this is a single man, right? I myself question all the time when we run into when we dating. I get asked the same question: why are you single?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, are you crazy? So, but
the crazy
why are you crazy?
I'm not crazy. I've been dating. I've been single, but I've been dating. But it's just I have this whole mindset of like I just know what I want at this point. I'm not just gonna settle for anything. I'm not gonna settle because you got money or you got this or you got that. Like you gotta know how to treat somebody. And a lot of men out here is really not out here treating these women like they supposed to be. And I'm the brick wall they running into because I'm like, nope.
So I was watching your show last night. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was on with Kicking It With C's. Shout out to C's. Come on every Wednesday at 7 o'clock on cmpradio.net. I was on with C's, but I got a chance to watch it when I got home. And I was laughing because you were talking about the relationship that he was having. He had a relationship with somebody that was of a different religion.
Right.
And it was funny because you were in this relationship for what, like 4 years?
It was
situationship
years.
You called it.
Yeah, I called it situationship because it wasn't official, but it felt like we was official. But then I got hit with an ultimatum like, well, we go exclusive. You know what you got to do. I'm like, excuse me?
Now, did that end it or did y'all?
Oh, yeah, that ended it. I was done. I was like, I'm not doing that because I'm not about to play with nobody's religion at all.
At all. So speaking of relationships, Ja, I know that you're a big family man.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, I spent time at the. I've been at the house. We spend time all together all the time.
Yeah,
Right?
for
You know
sure.
how the family is. So, what impact has your success played in the role of being a family man, both good and bad? And when I say bad, I know that in the beginning it's that grind, you traveling, you constantly moving.
It's a sacrifice. So, you know, when I was coming up, I was away a lot. You know what I mean? Just you know, putting in my work and paying my dues in the industry. And Jack had to be home with the kids all the time. You know what I mean? Well, we had 2 kids at the time. And, you know, she had to make a sacrifice. She had to sacrifice things that she wanted to do. But it was very important for me when things started to roll, money started to come in, and opportunities started to come in. It was important for me to, you know, make it a point of, you know, you put your work in as well with me, with the kids. So I have to give you an opportunity to do what you want to do, because she had a lot of dreams and goals that, you know, she had put to the side for me. And, you know, it was a balanced thing. So
Shout out to Jackie.
So when Meek Mill got locked up and Bobby Shmurda got locked up, I got a chance to kind of really, like, you know, fall back and have time to, you know, spend with the family. I always spent time with my kids and stuff like that,
absolutely.
but to really let her shine and do what she wanted to do. You know what I mean? And it's a balance, and it's still a balance, you know. She been able to, and then it was important for me to let her do what she wanted to do, the way she wanted to do, and not because of who I was. So a lot of people don't know that she put in a lot of work. I might have been an investor, but she did all the work, and she wanted to build her name up and create, you know, her own empire on her own, and she was able to do that. And you know, I'm in the music
empire. What's the name? Because she opened up a store in Concord Mall. Like, this is dope. I don't want us to miss. We are from Chester.
I know.
We have been counted out. We have been bad mouthed. We've been through the jungle. And, man, we made it out. So this is dope. So shout out to Jackie.
Real greatness out here.
Jacqueline's Boutique at the Concord Mall.
Yep.
She got the hottest fast fashion. You know, if you want to go to the club, you want to, you know, you need a look for the weekend. And, you know, she'll style you all that. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
She's very professional.
Let's go out and support y'all.
Yeah, she getting that money, so
yeah,
you know.
as she should.
And I want to
Sure.
commend Jahlil for actually stepping back and letting her do that, because you don't see a lot of men that's letting their woman just go out and do her, you know, fulfill her dreams. They always just focused on themselves. So definitely.
Let me ask you this, right? Because with what you said comes a unique type of woman, right? You have to have that woman who's willing to say, you know what? I see where he's going. I understand his dream. I understand his goal. And me as a woman, I'm willing to sacrifice my time, my dream, my aspirations to say, go ahead, lead the family because I believe in you. How important do you feel as though that is for women to understand that role of, and can you see yourself as a woman allowing a man to, you know, play in the background while that man chases his dream?
If you that good leader and you that role model, then I'm gonna follow. Like, you gotta be that good leader though. You gotta know, you gotta let me know that you got this. Like, I don't want, you know, half stepping, and I run into a lot of that too.
Yep. And it's funny, you know, that we talking about this because last week we were talking about the women in our lives, right?
Right.
And one of the things that I remember, I was talking to Amin No Guns one time, and we was talking about Nelson Mandela, who I always shout out because he's one of my idols, right? He did 27.
One of my idols too.
Yep, he did 27 years in prison, came home, became the president of South Africa. Major. That's my story. Like, that's me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, but he had and I had shared a quote, I'll share it again. It says, "There's no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life less than the one you're capable of living." And I remember I was talking about him to Amino, and Amino was like, but bro, did you ever read about his wife? So big shout out to the wives.
Yeah.
Like big shout out to the women who constantly have our backs, who constantly are
The
pushing
real
us.
heroes.
The real heroes, bro. Because like you said, you know, it was a lot of times you was on the road, you had to, you know, she was there with the kids. But look how God works.
Yeah, it works out. You know what I mean? It worked for us.
Look how
tremendously.
God works.
Absolutely.
So how important do you think the male being the lead in that household is?
It has to be sturdy. It can't be shaky, because then it makes us feel insecure. We don't feel protected. We don't feel secure. So it make us have to do more, and then that's where the disrespect come in, because then the woman lose respect for you because you're not really handling things. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it's falling back on the wife and everything like that. So as long as you're a sturdy man and you got this, and she knows you got this, and you make her feel secure, everything will work out. Like everybody always say, I want a submissive woman, but you gotta lead. You can't just ask for that. You can't just ask for a woman to shower you and do everything for you, and you're not doing nothing for her.
Without a doubt. How is it dating as a single woman with children?
It's hard because everybody thinks you're a dandel in distress, you know, because you're single with kids. Oh, she's a dandel in distress. She needs rescuing. I don't need rescuing. I don't need nobody to come and save me. I take care of me and my kids by myself. And when you come in, that's what I'm doing. And when you leave, that's what I'm going to be doing. So don't think that I'm a dandel in distress. And we get stereotyped. As a black woman.
Honestly, do you think that makes it harder?
Absolutely.
Do you think having children makes it harder for you to accept that strong male lead?
I'll get that question a lot
Because,
too.
like you said, before you is just you and your kids, and after if something was to happen, it's always going to be you and your kids.
Don't get it wrong, because it's not like, you know, I'm just gonna push you away and not let you do things. I'm gonna let you do things, but you gotta lead by example, like I said before. So if I see that strong man in you, I'm gonna allow you to do that. I know how to back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get a little bit more real, because they say hindsight is 20/20, right? Looking back, can you honestly admit and say that some of the failed relationships was your fault? And,
Probably.
And what did
I ain't
you
even
do,
gonna
if
lie.
anything, to
I ain't even
change
gonna
or to
lie.
make it better moving forward?
I ain't gonna lie, because it's like I'm at the point where I don't have no patience. So if anything go wrong, I just be like, I ain't got time for this shit. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm out. So I have walked away from good, I thought was good men or anything like that, because of something so petty and so small. And I'm learning that. You know, it's trials and tribulations during the single life. You know, sometimes you got to find yourself, and you got to admit to yourself that you messed that up. Yeah. And I'm good. I'll accept it. I'm going to say I did it. All right, whatever. I'll move on. I'll learn from that.
I think finding self is like super
Absolutely.
duper important in anything.
People don't take time out to be single, though.
I literally, fun fact about me, I drive down to Ocean City, Maryland like twice a week, especially during the summer months. My son, Kwali Aaron Shockley, was a beach bum. Anybody know my story? My son passed away 3 years ago to suicide. He was an absolute beach bum. So during the summer months, I literally pack my SUV with all my beach stuff, and I ride down like twice a week. It's 2 hours.
Is that a
of
coping mechanism right there?
Yes.
Something to cope with?
Also, it's my reset button.
Yeah.
It's like when you driving down Coastal Highway and you seeing people jogging and running and laughing and smiling. They not worried about being robbed, shot. Nobody's stealing her car. Right. They not worried about nobody running up on them. So when you see that, it lets me know, like coming from Chester, like, yo, it's different out here. Like, it's peace out here. It's peace within this thing we call life out here. Yep. It's people that's out here that's living peacefully. And don't get me wrong, everybody has their shit, right? Everybody go through stuff. The same people that we see smiling might be crying at home.
Right.
But the fact that they have a place where they could come out and smile freely and feel freely within their community.
Right.
That's the dream that we got for our city here. I would love to be able to be driving down Curlin and seeing families and people jogging, or walking down 9th Street and seeing people jogging, or going down the waterfront and seeing families gathered there and
fishing
people
and
smile, and fishing, because when you down there, it's like it's just love. You go out to the restaurants, the hosts are coming, hey, how you doing? And it's just a different feel. So I go down there like twice a week. It's my resave.
That's what's up.
And during the regular year, I go down there probably about, definitely once a month. I try to get down there twice a month. Because like I said, he was a beach bum, so that's my coping mechanism. It's also my connection to him. You know what I mean? I go on the beach, and then on the summer, you can sleep on there. I got beach tent. Go out there with my book, and I'm by myself.
Right.
Like it's funny because I remember being in relationships and people call, oh, where you at? You with that bitch?
Yeah.
I'm on the beach, dolo, chilling, feet in the sand, looking at the water, not worried about nothing.
Right.
So it's important to have that self-care and that self-time.
And you have to take time for yourself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's an old saying that said, when you learn to date yourself, that's when you finally arrive.
Yep.
Jahlil,
And that's when you know what you want.
Yep.
Because you know yourself, you know how you want to be treated. You know, you're not just looking at everybody else and wanting to be like this person or wanting to be like that couple and all that. Like I'm not looking for nobody else's relationship but my own, and I want to be happy.
And when you're in that space, you're able to love freely and without boundaries. It's like, yo, I am me. This is me. This is what I have to offer. Either you like it or you don't.
Yep.
It's one of the things. One of the things that I like about the single lifestyle is that I don't have to lie to you about anything. Like when I learned that, like, yo, look, this is what it is. This is what it's not. What's up?
I think it's kind of like
I didn't rob you of a choice. This is now your choice. What are you going to do?
It's a gift and a curse though. Like,
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's when you walk away from love.
For me, the curse comes in when it's laundry day. That's the curse for me. When I wash all the clothes. See, it's not even washing all the clothes, right? It's when you lug them back to the house
You gotta do it by
and you pour them
yourself.
onto the bed.
You gotta do it by yourself.
And you realize at that moment they're going to be there for 2-3 days, and there's nothing
Like,
I can do
don't got
about
nobody
it.
to help.
There's nothing that I can do about it. So that's the lonely time.
That's
for
the
me.
lonely, yeah.
Or
It
laundry
gets
day.
lonely sometimes. You want to be hanging out. You want.
Ja, I seen that you was traveling back and forth to London. And
Yeah.
How was that, bro?
Yeah, so I was at what was that, last month? I was in London and Paris. So I went out there to work with this artist named Giggs. He's like real big out there.
Shout out to Giggs.
Right.
Yeah. So I got to hang with him and Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a cool little thing. You know
How
what I
was
mean?
that?
It was dope. It was
That was dope. That was
I
dope.
hate the food in London, but I went out to Paris and I got some really good food out there.
So the food in London, like trash.
It was trash. It was trash.
Dang.
I mean,
Don't
they
eat
got some
London.
dope Jamaican spots out there, but I couldn't find them. Like last time I was out there, it was like, shout out to my man K Hunt. He went with me.
Okay.
It was 2019, and we went out there to work with Giggs, and we went to like a boxing match out there at the O2 Arena. So, but I found a Jamaican spot out there that was crazy, but I couldn't find it this time. So I was out that joint starving.
I also seen you was in the booth with Sheik Luch and
Kiss and yeah.
and all
So
them.
yeah, I'm doing a project with the Locks, and I'm doing a project with Sheik. So that's
Shout
my
out to the
OGs
lot.
right
Shout
there.
out to Sheik.
Yeah.
So how was it when you in your zone? Like, or is it, yo, I'm here, you in a different world? Because for me, when I'm here or when I'm working in the community, when I'm working with the youth, I'm in a completely different world. Like I'm not even on earth at that point. It's like I'm in my own zone.
Yeah.
How is that? What's that transition like?
Yeah, you got to be. It's definitely mental. You know what I mean? You got to be focused. So, you know, I like to. Before I do stuff like that, I like to chill with my kids and just unwind. You know what I mean? And then most of the time now, it's like off of inspiration, because sometimes I feel like as a producer, I felt like I've done everything that I wanted to do. I feel like
That's dope.
when I first came in the game, I just wanted to have a song on the radio, and I wanted like my dad to hear it. I wanted to be in the car and my dad, because my dad is a producer too. So shout out to my pops. I wanted him to hear my music and make my pop proud. Man. But then, you know, I got to accomplish a few things, and like I said, I feel like I overachieved at sometimes, but you know, just I don't know, man. Just being, I want to be inspired by something. I want something to move me, for me to be able to get into the studio or get into the zone, put on them headphones, and make some music at this point.
Without a doubt. So speaking of inspiration, I mean, for me, right, it goes without saying, being from Chester, to not only have one and know one and be related to one, but we can't miss the fact that, bro, it was you and your brother, the Beat Bully.
Yep.
Shout out to Tone, the Beat Bully. Like, both of y'all got Grammys, so how did it feel? Like, what was that feeling like, especially for Mom Dukes and the bro and the family, crazy to be like, yo, me and my brother are Grammy Award winners, and we both from this place called Chester that people act like they don't want to know about, or act like they want to talk bad about this. We
talent out
here. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing, because I felt like, you know, the whole city felt like they went right along with us, you know what I mean? So I remember just the flight, because I actually flew back home the next day. We was tore up. Rock was out there, my cousin Durkee.
Shout out to Rock, shout out to Dirk.
We was tore up. We got 3 hours of sleep, and then we was straight to the airport. But then just reading Jackie showing me, people on Facebook, they was celebrating, and everybody from the city was just celebrating. It felt very special and surreal to me, because I felt like, when I opened up the sneaker store, I think that people didn't really understand, and I didn't get the reception that I felt like I should have.
I'm glad you brought that up, cuz.
But when I won a Grammy, that really showed me that the city is definitely behind,
without a doubt,
everything I want to do.
One of the things that I made, one of the personal commitments that I had made when you first opened, I ain't going nowhere but a DTLR.
No doubt.
Like, real rap. Like, for me, it didn't make sense. For years, we went to E-Footwear, we went to Foot Locker, we went to all these places spending our money. I don't care if I got to order that joint. I'm not spending my money nowhere else, and we got someone from our city who owns a legit DTLR in our city. Like, that don't make sense to me. So big ups to you, man. Thank you for bringing that to our city, because we know a lot of people from our city that's talented, that made it, that we don't even hear from.
I mean, but they don't really owe anybody nothing. You know what I'm saying? Doubt. But I look at it like my whole thing with the sneaker store, because if people don't know, I'm partners with them, but I also own the real estate, so I get revenue from the sales as a partner, and then I also they got a 20-year lease with us. You know what I mean?
Catch the dream that was just.
The whole thing was hiring people from the city, people from Chester, young people. You know what I mean? They might still be in high school. No, it wasn't hard. You know what I mean? But that was my whole thing. And then also creating opportunities for these kids to, in school, to get Jordans and things like that. So when they do good in school, they get rewarded for it. So that was the whole thing. But I think that, people didn't understand that aspect of it. So people probably was just looking at it like, all right, well, he took his music money and, he did something for himself. But it really was a statement that, we can go back into our communities and we can create jobs for our own people and things like that, or give, these athletes or whoever in the city the motivation and inspiration to follow suit. You know what I mean? That was the whole plan behind it.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. So before we continue, I definitely got my guy, in case y'all thought I didn't. Donny, the sport guru, is in the building. What's up, Donny?
What's up, cuz?
What's up? They got me behind the camera tonight, but the smoke is still coming, though.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, Donny, what you got for us tonight on sports?
Hey, man, I got a few things, but I want to jump into something real quick that's kind of been bugging me for the last few months, because no one really talking about it, man. In Russia, We got Brittany Griner, WNBA star, has been in jail over there since, I think, February 17th. She just had a hearing earlier today. She pled guilty. For anyone who don't know, she was caught with a weed vape pen in the airport and has been detained ever since. I really feel like there isn't a lot of outcry about this. I feel like if it was a male athlete from a major sport, I think it'd be talked about a lot more. They probably already would have brought that man home, too.
What y'all think about that, though? I think he definitely on to something. I think if that was LeBron James, if that was somebody like
been
that,
all over.
we would have been completely all over that joint.
I think they feel the same way. I think
Yeah.
I think LeBron would feel the same way. It's unfortunate. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate because, like, you know, the WNBA is just such, like, an afterthought for a lot of sport fans. You know, I love watching the girls play ball. I love watching them play ball, man. It's actually a much more technically sound game, in my opinion. You turn on any NBA game, like nowadays, it's just three-pointers, dunks. You got 7-foot centers shooting threes now. Like, you know, I think if you want to watch some good basketball, watch some WNBA. Help them get some more revenue.
So big shout out to the WNBA. Let's watch some more female sports, y'all. Let's support them.
I love female sports.
Let's really step up. Let's make that a community challenge. Let's really watch more. Let's support our women more in sports. I know that's a big issue. What else you got for us, Donnie?
So yesterday, some NFL news because we getting close to the NFL
shucks.
season now, and I'm starting to heat up.
Bum
right?
Cowboys.
But nah, well, you know, ain't got no
Don't talk about my
Cowboy stuff for you
Cowboys.
tonight.
We beat y'all in the playoffs.
Ain't got no Cowboy stuff.
Talk about my Cowboys.
We beat y'all.
Let's talk about it.
How about
Oh,
them
you an
Cowboys,
Eagles
though?
fan?
No,
How about them
not at
Cowboys
all.
though? But
Oh,
listen,
who you like?
I like Tom Brady, so
Oh, yeah.
when he was in the Patriots.
Oh, he on that bandwagon.
Wherever
Huh?
he
Yes, wherever Tom goes. I'm sorry. Call
we
it
already
what
had
you
that
want.
combo last week. Cuz.
Yeah, they wanted to argue, but we know what it is.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
listen.
bashing the Cowboys.
Yeah, we bashing the
John-
Cowboys,
Hey
John.
man, take it easy, man. Take it easy, man. Holla at
Oh,
me.
Leslie, get out
Holla
of
at
here,
me in
man. We don't
September,
care,
man.
man.
Holla at me.
Shout out to my boy Twizzle on there. I see Twizzle. What's up? Yep.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? I'm glad y'all. Bird Gang, baby. Yeah, I know. You must be talking about Lil Wayne and them. What else you got for us, Donnie?
So yeah, man. So yesterday there was kind of a big trade went down for real, man. Baker Mayfield is now a Carolina Panther. He was traded from the Browns, and I am so happy for him. People been clowning this all day on Facebook because they think Baker a bum. I'll tell you, he's not a bum. You know who's a bum? The quarterback that the Panthers currently have, Sam Darnold. I don't like him. I don't like his face.
I like Baker.
He has a very punchable face. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. And he has small hands. His hands are too small to play quarterback.
So, in other words, he can't hold a Whopper.
Nah, barely. Barely, yeah. Maybe like a Whopper Jr., but that's about it.
With no cheese.
Yeah, no cheese, no toppings, just
No
burger
lettuce.
and bun. Burger and bun, that's it. But yeah, so I'm really happy for Baker to be out of Cleveland. That organization publicly humiliated this man, saying like, "You trash, we don't want you." And then they went out and traded their house, their car, their liver, kidney, and spleen to get this guy named Deshaun Watson, who might not even be able to play this year because this man got all these sexual assault allegations facing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the
allegations,
NFL
yeah, let's
don't
put
play
that
when it
out
comes
there.
to that stuff, though. So we
But
don't even
they
know if
do.
he gonna play.
They do. They play and they don't play. It depends on how bad they want you.
But
Because
I
we
mean,
done seen some stuff that they didn't turn the eye to. So
oh
we
yeah,
ain't,
plenty.
You already know. But
I want both of them to play. I want Baker to get the starting job and Watson to not get suspended because week 1 the Browns play the Panthers, and that'd be amazing to see Baker go against his old team and whoop that ass for real.
and Baker's the one with the cases, right?
No, that's Watson.
That's Watson.
That's Watson. Yeah.
Well, Watson got to stop catching these cases.
I mean that's a lot of massages he was getting that.
Yeah,
People didn't.
Can't just
there
get
was
a happy.
something going on
Sometimes you
there.
just gotta be happy with the ending and not get a happy ending. So I know that Mino Guns made a comment on Facebook yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Talking about the greatest player all time. Shout out to Amino Guns.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to say about that, Donnie? Because I know that you wanted some smoke.
Listen, man, for the greatest all-around athlete now, on the post, there was a picture of Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. We can't argue that those two guys are talented as hell. They both played baseball and football. You know, Bo Jackson
who
being
and
the
Deion?
only player ever.
Who was it?
It was Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. Bo
I
Jackson's the
say
only
Jerry
player.
Rice and Deion Sanders.
Nah.
See, he wants to argue. This is why I brought him in.
Well, listen, like, Rice is probably the greatest receiver of all time, but I mean,
He's the greatest player. Football player.
oh man.
Who gonna break any of his records?
Jerry Rice ain't never tackled nobody.
Yeah.
He able to tackle too.
And Deion played both
Who's
sides
gonna
of the
break
ball
Jerry
too.
Rice's records?
He was a wide receiver, a cornerback,
Look
and he
him
also
up.
ran back punts.
Wait.
Deion did
Larry
everything.
Fitzgerald was
I got
close.
Guru
He
right here on
retired.
this. I got Guru right here. Donnie, who's going to break his records?
Jerry Rice? I mean, I'm not sure who, but because the league is so pass happy now, that it could happen. You get a guy that has longevity and can play 11 years or so. I don't see why not.
Who was your favorite duel of all time? When I say that, I mean, for me, it was Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Like, I love seeing them two play together.
You don't want to ask me because you know exactly who I'm going to say. I'm going to say Tony Romo and Des Bryant, baby. Them 2010s, they was the best
Tony
duo.
who?
Tony Romo, that's my quarterback.
I'm going to fire Donnie
That's my
myself.
quarterback.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
teammate. No, sight, no. But honestly, I think the greatest duo of all time, you could either say Montana and Rice or Young and Rice. The things that
Montana
they
and
did
Rice.
was
Montana and Rice.
immaculate.
Remember them?
Immaculate.
I was watching them.
And I would honestly go with Young because Young took Montana's job for real when he came in to the league. And like
Leslie
in the
better be
90s.
quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah,
We never
Leslie,
got to
you
see them
wrong.
fully, though. We
Because
didn't
you know
have to
my
see
folks
them.
is Niner fan. So,
In just 1 year, too. In just
so
1 year.
do you watch sports a lot?
I do watch football. Football
that's
is
nice.
my favorite sport.
So Sundays is a settled time
I
in your house.
do. I watch the game.
Shout out to the women that watch football.
And I know what's going on in the game, too. Because a lot of women just watch it because their man watching it. No, I know what's going on. I know what a sack
You know
is.
where
I
they
think
do
I
that.
think I think we like it either or. We just want y'all to watch football.
Yeah, just watch it, period. Yeah.
It doesn't
Thanks for a
matter.
happy Sunday.
Right? Don't bother me. Just sit here and watch it. But I know what's going on in there.
What else you got for us, Donnie?
Well, so just real quick, I want to kind of just hit back on this greatest athlete,
Yes.
whatever that we talking about, right? Because like you said, on the thing they made between Bo and Deion, but I'm going to throw y'all a name that probably not a lot of people watching this know. His name is Bullet Bob Hayes. He played back in the 60s. He's the only athlete ever to win a gold medal and a Super Bowl.
Wow.
Considered the fastest man alive.
Wow.
And yeah,
What was their name again?
Bob Hayes, but his nickname was the Bullet. And he played for my Cowboys. He got a ring with the boys. And then he won 2 gold medals at the Tokyo Olympics. I think it was
That's
like
Impressive,
64.
man.
You know?
That's dope. Thank you for that history lesson,
Yeah,
too.
man, you already know, man. I got smoke and I got some some history lessons for you too, man. I got you.
All right, so anything else? Anything else for sports, Donnie?
Anything I mean, it's a pretty dry time right now, man. We got baseball going on, but the Yankees are just winning every day. That's pretty much all I catch from baseball. And the Phillies are just losing.
So y'all heard it here first. Donnie, the sports guru. We want all the smoke. Make sure y'all tune in every week. And when y'all want to hear Donnie talk about sports, bring all the smoke. We going against anybody.
Anybody can
Even
get it.
Dallas Cowboys. We're definitely going against them. So, oh, shit. I forgot we got another fan.
Well, speaking of sports, can I say something about my Chester Panthers?
Yes.
Chester Panthers registration is open now. Go online, chesterpanthers.com. The ages for the season is 4 to 14. Just register your kids before practice. You could pay in person or you could pay online. Cheerleading, of course, I will be on deck for the
Nice.
cheerleaders.
Nice.
I love my cheerleaders.
Let's
I was
go,
a Chester High
cheerleaders.
I was a captain of my year, 2002 Chester High cheerleader. So I'll give back to the kids and I teach them and try to. And you know what? I learned a lot when I was cheerleading. Like it was a lot of structure and it was a lot of discipline. And I think that the kids should learn that now.
And cheerleading gives out big scholarships.
Yeah.
We can't
Like
stay woke community. Like it's other things besides football, basketball, and baseball and track. Like cheerleading gives out big scholarships. The band. I know we don't have the band anymore.
Yeah, we trying to get that back
Yeah,
in
because the band
play.
used to be
Are
lit.
y'all- Yeah,
Shout out to my
that'd be
man
dope.
Cephas.
Yes.
That'd be
Yeah.
dope. That'd be dope because like it's other programs out there that give these big scholarships out, and I know that cheerleading is one of them.
Start them young. I'm telling you,
Start 'em young, right.
It'll play out as in good.
And speaking of cheerleading and young women athletes,
and then you
Jahlil,
learn how to respect each other and work well together because we don't really have too much of that happening. Like everybody is beefing with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like you have that sisterhood and work together, and that's what we're teaching basically. You know, y'all got to do it together. Y'all got to respect each other. We don't want no fighting, no arguing. We can talk this out. Yeah. So.
And the most important thing, like you said, that structure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
I felt like
programming.
it definitely helped me.
So speaking of young female athletes, Ja, I know that your daughter is a gymnast.
Yeah.
And like
Yes.
she's
Shout out to
really,
Amari.
yeah, shout out to
She's
Amari.
amazing,
She's
right?
really
She is
a
amazing.
major
I see her.
gymnast, bro.
She just won a state championship.
Yo,
Which is still
shout out to
unbelievable.
Amari.
She got the banner in her gym. I think she like the only black kid that has a banner up there. You know what I mean?
Dope.
And then
That's
out
right.
of all the ages,
making history.
she was the only one to win. So I'm super proud of her.
Again, man,
And
lineage.
surprised how great she is. You know what I mean?
I'm
man.
not. Yeah, I'm not. When I
Yeah.
see, especially it's like when
Was
I see
she
the women in her
always-
family.
Was she always interested in like that was
Yeah.
what she wanted to do?
I think we got her in. Me and Jack got her in gymnastics. She was like 4. She used to flip around the house
Yeah.
all day and just so
Listen to your kids.
Jack's
they be
mom,
telling
God
you.
bless her soul. May she rest in peace, Miss Heidi. She used to always tell us like, you got to put that girl in gymnastics. So I just pray that she continues to be great, and because at the end of the day, mentally she has to be there, and it's a lot of stress behind it because she's like practicing damn near every day. She got a lot of pressure on her, and I just want her to do whatever she want to do and be great at it. You know what I mean? Because she's on her way to that next level of pressure. So
As a father, as a black father, as a black husband, how much of an impact do you think her seeing your work ethic?
yeah, I think
plays
I think
a
it's
part?
not just me. I think it's her mom as well. Like, if you watching your parents succeed all the time, you're around that. Like, I got to show her different things too. So she's definitely humble and well rounded. Like when we was doing like the charity, when we do the charity give backs, the foundation is named after her. So she's actually going back to Chester and seeing that, oh, you're not just this rich kid. You also you got to go back and see your people. This is where you come from. This is where your dad come from. It's where your mom come from. Your
dope.
grandparents come from.
That's
your
dope.
uncles. Some of your cousins. You know what I mean? So she be with us giving out the toys and just watching and seeing what the fruits of my labor could do for people, and this is what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So
That's
your
dope.
mind is right.
And that's the true definition of generational success.
Absolutely.
And that brings me to something that I seen on TikTok today. Not TikTok. It was on Instagram. And it had, let me see if I can find it. I know I got it because I took a screenshot of it. And it was a really dope concept, right? It says that a flea in the wild can jump 36 inches vertically. But a flea in a jar, right, will keep jumping and keep hitting the top of the lid. And eventually, it'll jump until it just misses the lid, right? That same flea has babies. Those fleas are born being able to jump 36 inches vertically. But because their mother and their father, they only seen their mother and their father jump but so high,
That's
they'll never reach their full potential.
That's a good quote right there.
So you literally took that jar lid off of your family dynamics and you have allowed her to jump out the gym. You have allowed them to jump.
Yeah, all my kids, because I'm not going to say she's the only one that's doing good things. My son, he's out here doing great in baseball. He's actually better in baseball, but he want to play basketball. He's great in basketball too, but he's doing this thing. And then my youngest, she's growing up. She's around a lot of love, and she's trying to figure out where she want to go at. And my oldest daughter, she dances, so I'm in the music industry. So once she's ready, she can, get under somebody's wing or have the opportunity to be in somebody's video or, maybe for Beyonce. You never know.
Yeah.
So we just creating these opportunities for the kids and trying to keep them grounded. And that's what it's all about, because I was blessed enough to have people around me like my dad, my mom, my brothers, my cousins to kind of keep me grounded, keep me on that level. So, that's all I know, actually. I'm just, doing what I see, just like you said. You know what I mean? I was able to, my dad was somebody that instilled confidence in me at an early age. My brother Dre.
Shout out to your dad. I think at some point, like, he instilled confidence in all of us.
Yeah, I think he did. He the GOAT.
Your dad is a legit genius. First and foremost,
He is a genius, for sure.
Let me say that, like, to know him is to have a conversation with him.
But he never got a fair shot. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I feel bad about. My dad never had the proper education or the proper guidance to take it that step further like he gave to me. And he was robbed of that. So I feel like it's my, it's my responsibility to kind of like give that back to certain people. If I have an opportunity and I have a platform, how can I use that to, bring other people in and, make the next Dr. Dre? It don't even got to be me. The next Pharrell or whatever. Or just give somebody a chance to work and, save up their money and create their own businesses. We in the information age, so everybody got to hustle. You got your podcast. Keshona got her podcast, and now you guys are entrepreneurs and business owners and things like that. My parents didn't have that opportunity, so they only worked with what they could work with. So now that we have the opportunity to change that, now it's time to act on it, and that's what I want to do with my kids and so on and so forth, and the kids in the community.
That's dope. That's real dope. And one thing that I could say, for all of us, we all work in a community. We all work with children. Yeah. And you can always tell it's so passionate when you see us, because we come with these stories, we come with our own baggage, and we really get it. So I'm happy, because a lot of times, right, we see, because of social media, it's easy for us just to see Jahlil Beats, the Grammy Award winner, the music producer. All right, cool. He's a millionaire, he rich, he got the store, that's Jahlil. It's easy for somebody just to easily paint that picture without reading, because we're in a day and age where most people don't read, right? We look at the picture,
they look at the picture,
we scroll, we like it, and they don't read the fine print. So they don't know that, I'm happy that people got to see Jahlil the dad, Jahlil the family man, Jahlil the community leader, Jahlil the philanthropist, Jahlil, like, that's major. And to see you also in that light. To see, to be able to have this platform that we could talk about, to have your own platform now. And it's just dope to see us all come together.
It's necessary.
It's very necessary.
You don't know, somebody could be watching this and really like taking this in, and that might change their life. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Every week, I know you had Trish on here talking about mental health and things like that. We all go through things. It don't matter who it is, you know what I mean? It don't matter how successful you are. I deal with things mentally all the time, you know what I mean? Like, just from being somebody that was an introvert and wanting to take my business to another level, but I had to deal with people. I'm not with the small talk. If you know me,
let me ask you this, and this question is for everybody, right?
Yeah.
How important do you think it is for our youth to tap into the political aspect?
Oh, it's very important. It's very important. Voting is the biggest thing. If you want anything to change in the city, you have to vote for the people that you feel are right for you, I'm not just talking about just the mayor. I'm talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. When you don't vote, because I understand that we come from poverty, damn near the whole Chester is poverty, you know what I mean? So you feel like you coming from a sense of hopelessness. So, but it's still important for you to vote and get these right people in office, or encourage people that you know that's out here putting in community work.
Because Dr. Margaret Lewis Josh just said, she just said, you may feel like your father was robbed, but his purpose was to discipline the message of greatness. Being a parent and having your children be better than ourselves is an amazing gift in his talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, so shout
That's
out to
real,
Orlando.
Margo.
Yep. Love you, cuz. Dr. Lewis Josh, she's coming on the show. She's been tied up doing events and stuff that she pre-had workshops and stuff. So soon as she gets her bit of time for it, you already know how that is. She's coming on the show, y'all. She's gonna be right here live with us. Before I go, Keshona, if it's one thing that you could say to our young queens out there, and I want you to shout out, after you're done saying that, please shout out the cheerleading tryouts again. If it was one jewel that you could give them, what would that be?
Be confident. You know, always be confident in what you do. If somebody say you can't do it anyway, if you want to. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And I tell my kids that all the time. Whatever you want to do, you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Ja, one thing that you could leave with the young kings in the community, what would that be?
I would say be patient. You know what I mean? Where we come from, things got to happen now. But if you be patient and believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want.
If it was one thing that I could say is to never give up. Life is going to show up. It's nothing that you can do about it. Again, I share my story freely. You see me here on this podcast. You see me smiling. You see WWJD. You see me out there. But the story behind it, this is work every day. And I always tell people, it took a lot for me to even admit to myself that I was this good or I was great, that I was capable of great things. So just never give up and know that life is going to get hard. You're talking about somebody who has 10 and a half years of incarceration, somebody who lost a brother to gun violence, lost another brother to the prison system, who lost a son to suicide, a 14-year-old to suicide, someone who's constantly surviving that every day, survived the street, survived prison, never been in PC, never was been scared to walk the street. So somebody that was really out there, and someone who is, I am reentry. I always say that, so if you see me out there, you have any questions about what it's like, because it's hard for men and women coming home from prison, coming home from rehab, re-entering. I always say, even teaching the kids, it's a re-entry process. Because if you have children that's stepping into your classroom, if you have children stepping onto your gym floor, if you have children coming into your classroom that's being verbally abused at home, that's not eating at home, that's not being talked to right at home, that's being abused at home. When they come into our safe spaces, that's re-entry. Because the moment they leave that safe space, they have to re-entry back into home. Vice versa, when they wake up, they have to transition. And sometimes we don't, as a counselor now, I've realized how traumatic that transition alone can be.
It is.
Just saying that as a kid, all right, I got to get my mind right and I got to go to school because Mr. Jahlil, Mr. Josh, Miss Keshona, they not like that. They love me. They showing me love. So I got to transition because I don't got to be hard. I don't gotta be tough. Then as soon as they leave, they got to transition back into that. So shout out to the mental health workers. Shout out to our teachers.
Big shout
out to our educators. Shout out to our youth workers. Shout out to everybody who's playing an intricate part in our community. Thank you. We need more. For all the young men and women that just graduated, I've been saying it every week. Go get 5, 6 of your friends. The police academy is 9, 12 months. They're starting on with $45,000 a year. Come take your city back. We can't keep complaining about what the police are doing to us. Go find 5, 6 of your friends. Go to the police academy. Come back. Take your city back.
And then, most importantly, I think with that, we just got to educate ourselves. You know what I mean? We got to educate our people because it's easy, it's easy for people to.
Jahlil Day this year too, but go ahead.
Yeah, so we've been focused on the school. So next year we definitely gonna do it. Jahlil Beast Day was on the 30th, if anybody knew that.
All right.
But we definitely doing that next summer. Right now, my main focus is the school, and like I said, at the end of the day, we have to give them the proper education. Like, we can go and talk about how these young dudes is out here doing what they do, going to jail and, you know, being out in the streets, but we was conditioned to be that way, you know what I mean? So we have to understand the root of that, and we have to understand how to be delicate with the young girls and the young boys in this community to let them know, like, we understand, you know what I mean, but you can be doing this, and this is the right thing to do. And that's the way we move forward, by educating each other. And like you said in the beginning, that knowledge thing is the key. We were stripped of knowledge, so how can we instill that back into our community for the younger kids and inspire them to be the next big thing, the next Martin Luther King, the next Beyonce,
Right.
the next
set examples, you know.
Malcolm X, you know. So, you know.
So y'all heard it here.
Examples.
Be confident. Be focused. Be
Determined.
Be patient. Be determined.
Yeah.
Be determined. Yo, we love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Shout out to Donny the Guru. See you next week, baby. This was WWJD. Tune in every Thursday at 7 o'clock. We gonna keep bringing the heat, y'all. I'll holla at y'all next week.